We are in a new country. We are here in Poland. We've left Lithuania, we've crossed the border, we've driven a fair way down the country, and we are here in Baławski.
Sorry if we're saying that wrong.
Baławski, I think. So we're here in Baławski Forest National Park, and this is one of the last remaining areas of primeval forest in the whole of Europe, and it's really well known for its bison herd. There's a population of 500 wild bison here, Europe's largest land mammal.
Really hoping we'll find some bison.
We are definitely going to find some bison because we've cheated. So this morning we've actually come to the bison sanctuary, which is where they breed the bison to release them into the wild. So we are guaranteed a view of bison this morning. As we crossed over from Lithuania, we actually gained an hour. So for us, it felt like it was an hour earlier than what it actually was. So this morning we woke up at 6. We were in a beautiful spot by this massive lake right on the Belarusian border. I'm really excited to be in Poland. I've always wanted to come to Poland, partly because of these amazing forests. This place in particular, I actually did a degree in forestry, and this place has been on my to-do list for a long time. The other reason is actually I'm a quarter Polish, and I've never been to Poland. My gran, we called her Nana, she was from Poland. Sadly, she died a couple of years ago. Actually, when we were in the van, when we first took it over to Spain and Portugal, she passed away. So it's really nice to come here now in the van and see this place where my Nana grew up.
Ooh, van life is paradise when you see a tap. Oh, it doesn't work. Our Polish expanses to two phrases. Dobry dzień, good day, and thank you is dziękuję ci. Dzień dobry. Sorry, do you speak English? Can I have 2 tickets? Yes, please. Dziękuję ci.
Konik polski. Onik horse.
Lynx.
Ryś. Lynx.
The sun is out. We're here pretty much all on our own. I don't think we've seen anyone else. And there's lots of little wild animal enclosures around, which is really nice. Well, I guess not wild, but these horses in this enclosure are the closest living relatives that they could find to the tarpans, which were a breed of forest horse indigenous to this area of Poland. Unfortunately, none survive. They've all been bred for like farm work.
We've just arrived at the lynx enclosure, and the guys working here have just popped a big hunk of meat on top of this table for the lynx to eat. And the lynx is called Paula. She's lost her front leg due to an unfortunate incident, wherever that is, and she's 10 years old, 11 years old now.
This place is a sanctuary rather than like a zoo, and they'll take in injured animals who might not be able to survive in the wild. So for example, this lynx, she's missing a leg and probably wouldn't survive in the wild.
That was so cool to see. I'm so glad we got here in time to see that, her having her breakfast. I didn't expect her to come out so quickly, and it's amazing. I've never seen a lynx that close. She's just like a cat, but huge. We are on the lookout for some wolves. There's wolves in this enclosure, but we can't see anything yet. Have to keep our eyes peeled. Isn't the human brain funny how we aren't that excited to see an animal when it's in captivity, but we'd be so amazed to see a deer on the road or a bison on the road. But my brain's like, oh yeah, there's bison. When I would be beside myself with excitement if I saw that in the wild.
This place is really important for the bison population. In 1919, the last wild bison was killed, but they still had some in captivity. This place has been breeding them and releasing them back into the wild.
The bison, I think because we've seen the sculptures of them, where they're huge. I was expecting them to be enormous, but they're more like a cow or a bull size. I guess that's, to be honest, that's now why I'm thinking why we're thinking they're so small, is because the majority of the bison in here are female. The female weigh up to 640 kilograms, not grams, and the males weigh up to 900 kilograms.
We never got to see our elk in any of the Scandinavian countries, the moose. But they have one here, so we'll get to see one. It is in captivity, not quite the same, but still, I'm pleased we do. Oh, it's huge.
I didn't expect moose to look like this. This is the first time I've seen one. They're quite like a cross between a horse and a donkey, and they're really big. Moose sounds like an old man grunting along.
I know bison are meant to be the star of the show, but I was very excited to see the moose.
Yeah, they have a really sweet character about them. I think it's just their face, it looks like a cartoon.
And like the old man noises it makes, it's just so good.
He was just like sleeping, grumpy old man thinking, oh, another day, another lot of tourists looking at me.
It's really cool to see all these different animals that you can find in the wild here in this national park. And it's kind of sad to think that nearly all of these species, if not all of them, would have been in the UK at some point. But
cut down all the trees.
yeah, we've managed to hunt them all to extinction or cut down the trees and habitat loss.
Pigs are my favourite animal. Well, they definitely used to be. They're still up there. I'm not sure what my favourite animal is anymore. But when I was little, my granddad played a really good April Fool's on me, although it was quite heartbreaking, where he said I was going to get a pig. It was going to be named Lurf. I lined the hallway with newspaper, got ready to have a pig in the house. Then he rang me up at 12 and said, April Fool's, Lurper Loof. The name of the pig is April Fool backwards. So, you got me, Grandpa? So this green represents the national park, this green colour. We're currently here in this little like sanctuary area, but this is your main spot for seeing bison. The park is quite small. I think you only need about an hour to come, but if you've got children, there's a massive park, and it's definitely worth just under £3 to come visit.
That was awesome. I actually really enjoyed that. The enclosures were really big, but the animals seemed to hang out next to the fence, so you managed to get really close to lots of animals. Now that we've seen the animals that are out there in the woods, I'm excited to get out there and actually see it firsthand. Who knows, maybe see some bison in the wild. As you come out of the sanctuary, in the car park here, there's like a little market selling souvenirs and stuff. So we're gonna have a little look around, see if there's anything we want. We've come into the town of Boar, which is like the gateway to the national park, really. What we didn't realise is that to access the national park, you actually have to buy a permit and you need to be shown around by a guide. So our mission here is to find both of those things. Whenever Isabel's leading the way, we always seem to walk through the park. She tells me this is the correct way to the tourist information though.
Conveniently through the park. I like to go through my parks, you know? Check it out. It's actually that way. BNP headquarters.
I guess it doesn't have the same meaning as at home.
No, you can't miss it. It's big old building, BNP, British National Park. British Bison, what is it called? No, Białowieski.
We've shown up at the forestry office and you organise the tours into the forest privately, and they've given us a big list of everyone who offers the tours and what language they speak, which is brilliant. So now we have to try and organise a tour.
Dzień dobry, do you speak English? Okay, cool. Speak to you then.
Yeah, bye.
Bye.
Cool, so we've managed to book a tour on for Saturday. So we've got the rest of today to go and explore, knowing that we can go and see the ancient primeval forest at its best, the really ancient bit, on Saturday.
There's a train track here behind me where you used to be able to do like this hand-pulled cart along the tracks. Unfortunately, it's permanently closed. We just came to check to see if there's a chance we could do it, but it looks like there's no one around. So we drove to this spot. It's a little spot on Park for Night we found where locals come for swimming. It's got a great little watchtower behind. We've just been eating loads of food in the van. Leftover stew in a wrap with some salad and hummus. And now we're gonna cool down with a swim. It's about 30 degrees now. Oh, I just had a look and it's so clear and actually really cold, which is perfect when you're hot and you want to cool down.
Horse flies.
Oh no, okay, we need to go under. Ah. Go under, go under. There's one on you. Oh. They're everywhere, they swarm you. Oh, that is nice, man.
Oh, that was lovely. It was really nice just to cool off, have a quick dip. So this big forest reserve is all protected, but there is a smaller area which is like enhanced protection. That's the area that you're only allowed to enter with a guide. We're going to go up to the north end of the reserve, and there's some walks in the park there which you can access just as a normal human. So we're going to go up there and hopefully do a nice little walk. So this forest is the last primeval forest in Europe. And something that really sets it apart is apparently how much dead wood is around. So all the trees that die and stuff, they just rot where they are. And that has led to a crazy amount of biodiversity. There's loads of insects, loads of fungi, loads of birds. And it's meant to be just like an amazing place. So I'm really excited to go and explore it.
We are walking a path called the Tsarist Path. It dates back to the period of the reign of the Tsars, and it's 4 kilometres long, and it goes through an old trail that they made for hunting.
So I've wanted to come to this national park for so long, almost as long as I can remember really. So I studied forestry at uni, but even before that I remember my cousin coming here when we were really young. He was maybe like 12 years old, so I would have been even younger, maybe 8. And he came home and he was telling us about this amazing forest. And ever since then I've wanted to come here. So this is really something I've always wanted to do. I'm really excited. This forest is one of the only places in Europe where you'll find a forest but is completely left on its own devices. There's no management here at all. And in fact, it's not allowed to do anything here. Oh, there are literally so many horseflies. I'm trying to out-jog them.
I just want to do a big shout out to the Scottish guys, the Glaswegians we met back on Ben Lomond on the boat back. They gave us this, and without that, we'd be lost. So thanks, guys.
Horseflies are attracted to black, so don't wear black.
Cracking up at Tom because he goes mental at his back. You got some on your bum. Oh, you made me wet myself.
We are back at the van. We had to make a mad dash back. We had just too many horseflies. It was crazy. I've put some jeans on and I'm going to wear a jumper and we're going to try to walk again.
It's the last thing I want to do, put on hot clothes like this, but
it is really warm.
It's going to be better, I think, to be covered. I got a cap, a jacket, jeans and socks, and I'm ready for a hike in 29 degrees.
This is a much more enjoyable walk, despite being a little bit sweaty. Look at the size of these oak trees. It's incredible. They're just huge. So this little hide is right on the river edge, and apparently if you're lucky you can see wild boar, moose and bison from this observation deck.
Our video's just gone live on YouTube, so I was going to write a pinned comment, so I opened up Tom's phone and I just tripped over that little stub, and it sounded a horrible crack, but I think it was just like my bones clicking. I think I'm fine. Can we go back? Where do we go back? How do we get back? Oh, there's loads of frogs, guys.
Everyone's freaking out. There's some little, these like 1 centimetre frogs.
Like, oh no, they're everywhere, they're everywhere, they're everywhere.
No, they're not.
I can just see the ground moving, please. Can you stop?
No, it's not moving.
I'm really scared.
We're walking. We're moving.
No, there's little frogs that are jumping around. I can see them, I tell you.
No, you can't.
Please don't, just go. Just get out of here. Get out of here. I want to get home. So we've just walked past a sign that suggests we've got quite a long way to go. Wow, this meadow is just alive with noise from the crickets. We are a bit lost. We thought we were on a 4 kilometre round trip walk, but we're definitely not, because we just got to a sign that suggested we were halfway, according to where our car is parked. Tom has used his wilderness skills to direct us along the path. I've got no idea, because both of our phones don't have signal. Mine thinks I'm in Belarus. Maybe deer.
They're bison, I think.
It would be quite nice to have a little bit of signal just to know we're on the right track.
Yeah, we are completely without any signal. We have been walking for hours and hours. I'm really hoping that we're going the right way, because
Otherwise we'll be spending the night in the Bison.
yeah, the sun is like going quite low. I've been looking at this and there's like a train line thing.
Yeah.
We've been following this one, so I assume that's the path. But actually, if you go on satellite view, that clearing that we just walked through is that path. So either we try and follow that train line through what is just a woodland, or we go all the way up to the road, all the way up to here, and then turn right and down there.
Should we just go all the way up to the road?
Yeah, I guess so.
I think that there's just something a little bit disheartening about when you see a long straight road in front of you. It's not a windy path, but at least that means we're not lost. I gotta say, I am so grateful that we went back to the van and got changed, because if I'd been on this walk in my shorts and t-shirt, I would have been just bitten alive. Also, this is the first day we've been filming with our new gimbal, and it's about 2 or 3 kilograms. It's quite heavy. Yes, I can see the car park. We're back. That is a good feeling. I hope it's not another car park.
Oh, I'm so pleased you're nearly back. The gimbal's nearly out of battery, the camera's nearly out of battery, I'm nearly out of battery. I'm so itchy, there's so many bites, and we're losing the light. So it's good to get back. We need to go find. Yeah, we need to go find somewhere to park up where we're allowed to stay for the night. So we were planning on doing this hike around that little loop there, but what we actually ended up doing was this big hike up and around and up to the road and back down again. I found somewhere we can stay for the night. It's 20 minutes away. It's just the closest place.
On our way to our parking spot, we somehow got lost and we ended up accidentally going on a road that we're not probably allowed to be on.
How have we ended up down here? I'm a bit scared we end up driving into Belarus or something.
Yeah, that's true.
Alright, let's just go.
Let's go back the way we know.
Google Maps took us the wrong way. Oh, we've been driving down dirt roads for like 20 minutes and we are just leaving the same car park that we were in earlier.
Yay, we've arrived. It looks really nice. It's got a park, got a toilet, picnic tables. And we're allowed to be here. And it's really flat as well. Check, check, check. Right, we will see you next time when hopefully we are on this guided tour, as long as my ankle holds up. It's pretty sore.
So this place...
Wait, I don't get how how do I get you and the bison in the shot?
What do you mean?
That is not what I expected a moose to look like. That's the first time I've ever seen a moose. It's really cool to see. It's kind of like a cross between a horse and a donkey, and really big.